massive day for the unemployed. Mark Rober, or Nerd Mr. Beast as I like to call him, is in hot water, but unlike Kai Cenat, he can swim. Anyway, he got canceled on Twitter, 20 million views. It ain't looking good. And what did he do? Did he molest somebody? He created a video called "Can You Fool a Self-Driving Car?" and people started to notice some discrepancies when he did the Tesla.
I'm in my Tesla on autopilot going 40 miles an hour towards a fake Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner painted wall. Please stop. Please stop.
You guessed it. It did stop.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Mixkillet here.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
Baba Booey.
WestJett.
What is up, Kazakhstans and Omni-Mans? WestJett 615 Venezuelan trillionaire here, and today we're talking about Mark Prober. Oh, and literally 0% of you are subscribed, so be sure to subscribe, yeah. Now, let's be honest. This doesn't make Tesla look very good in the slightest, and now people started to notice funny things. First of all, he lied about full self-driving. He didn't even use FSD. He used autopilot, which even Tesla admits is an older, not as strong technology. But even worse, he deactivates it right before he hits the wall. In a sneaky maneuver, he moved the wheel to deactivate it. No Rainbow Road right before he hits the wall, indicating he deactivated autopilot. Next Mark's video be like, can you engineer your way out of a lawsuit? Alright. This is the prelude to the Mark Rober legal eagle collab we've all been waiting for. This guy assumed that Mark Prober was slandering Tesla on purpose while working with another Lidar company, which is essentially a competitor to Tesla's Autopilot with like a different manufacturer of technology. After Mark's video went live, one of the stocks for these Lidar companies went up 27%, which is quite a hefty jump. So this was a bit of a stretch. He wasn't paid, and in the description, he confirmed that the vehicle was provided for testing purposes and no compensation was received. Anyway, there was a pretty hefty amount of backlash, and Mark Prober himself actually ended up responding on Twitter, posting a video. Here is the raw footage of my Tesla going through the wall. Not sure why it disengages 17 frames before hitting a wall, but my feet weren't touching the brake or gas.
Here we go!
Mark, there's a wall. What are you doing, Mark?
Here we go!
Hit the brakes.
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Oh, this guy went in your video. Can you fool a self-driving car? Uses Luminar's latest tech, but not Tesla's latest FSD software. Why? Autopilot was turned on at 42 miles per hour in your YouTube video, but you turned it on at 39 in your clip above. Why? Multiple takes? In the clip above, autopilot was activated much closer to the wall than in the YouTube video clip. Why? In your video above, you turned on autopilot 3.8 seconds before hitting the wall, but it appears you gave Luminar a much longer head start with their tech activated. Why? Am I wrong in my assumption? Why was putting a child dummy doll behind a wall a useful thing to do? What car could possibly see or react to a kid through a wall? Rightfully so, people were calling him out because even if one of those things is true, his credibility is sorta tainted. I don't care what you think about Elon Musk, whether you're his biggest glazer or biggest hater, a test like this should be fair. Albeit, Elon might lie about his video game accomplishments and be a deadbeat dad with like 43 children. He's not even a tenth as cringe as his biggest glazers. Mark Rober sold his soul. He betrayed his country by attacking the most American-made car company in the world. Have you ever heard of Shelby, like a real man's car? I said it. Teslas are gay. Even without Elon Musk, they're still cringe.
Just realized we can install CS, so, might as well use it to gamble.
Okay, I take it back. Tesla's the best car in the world. I'm not sure what's going on here, but these comments seems very unemployed. Yashu shawarma during Ramadan, too. Man, imagine not knowing the difference between autopilot and FSD and calling yourself an engineer. So apparently some Chinese people also did the same test. What did she say? I know what it means, but look, the Tesla was moving out of the way. I don't think Mark Booty Prober was financially compensated for this, and I doubt he'd quote-unquote sold his soul, but people were starting to find some weird coincidences. If you guys remember, Mark Prober and Mr. Beast ran that Team C's charity campaign a while ago where they raised a lot of money and tried to clean up the ocean, and some help from his buddy Austin Russell, CEO of Luminar Technologies, the competing tech to Tesla. The Twitter detectives were straight up snorting creatine, working that overtime figuring out these coincidences, or a conflict of interest, you might say, but I digress. However, people are still sketched out. Speeding towards the wall at 42 miles per hour, turns on autopilot seconds before impact, crashed, and claimed the system doesn't work. I genuinely don't know what to think, and honestly, I believe this guy is going to get hit with a lawsuit quite hard because this video makes Tesla look really bad and their competitors look really good without even having a fair test, in my opinion. Breaking news, a French Canadian reacted to this video too.
Dude, lawsuit likely.
Whoa, I didn't know this guy could read.
Leaving Mark Roper holding the bag.
Woo!
Mark Roper.
I mean, it makes sense. Mark's probably driving to Home Depot to get himself a rope after all the hate he's getting.
Paid partnership between Mark Roper and Luminar. After all, Luminar technology is clearly...
That's not his name!
Apple engineer and current YouTuber Mark Roper. Click to check.
That's not his name, though.
Now, saying that Mark Roper is responsible for this might be crazy, but Luminar themselves had his video linked on their website, and then they deleted it for some reason. Now, is this a multifaceted conspiracy involving many parties, or do they simply not want to be involved with the backlash and look like they're a part of it? I don't know, make up your mind yourself. Watching Mark Roper's new video, and holy smokes, Elon should be jailed for how trash Tesla is. This guy's literally ripping off door paddles from the Tesla with his hands. They don't look to be like the best quality car ever. Like, I feel like a Gundam kit got better structural integrity. That said, if we're talking strictly science, they still deserve a fair test with none of the variables being manipulated.
Yes, science.
15% tariff on Mark Roper. A lot of Twitter people claim that Mark Roper sold his soul and got paid under the rug or something and have this whole big conspiracy. I don't really think Mark Roper would smear Tesla on purpose.
You can see the red going away, look. Now goes to white. Even if he didn't prove it on Twitter, the video that he shows still proves that it was on. It removed at the fraction of a second before. And then, what would you expect? The car to teleport?
Now, I had to sift through a lot of bullshit because a lot of the discourse surrounding this is political, and I quite frankly do not care about Elon Musk or like any of that trash. Honestly, blanket statement. All self-driving cars are cringe. Yeah, I said it. Like, the only use case I can think of is if you're like driving home from the club if you're drunk, and even then it takes the fun away.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Now, I'm not a scientist, but don't get me wrong, Lidar technology probably is superior to cameras. There were a lot of people reaching to new heights making assumptions on Mark Roper, but honestly, I feel like he could just redo the test and prove that the Lidar is better anyway. On top of that, he lies about other sponsors. He regularly shills Google Pixel phones. In the video itself, he shows you a Pixel filming. Look closer in the reflection of the Tesla. He's actually filming with an iPhone and edited the shot to look like a Pixel. Fraud alert, fraud alert. No woman wants to see your baroque green text.
Why y'all keep on saying the iPhone better than Android? It's just as good.
My understanding with full self-driving is that you have to enter an address for it to work, as opposed to just being able to engage it. And this is what Tesla's called Autopilot, and even Googling it, seeing what they determine as Autopilot. And my understanding is that the sensor is not different, whether it's full self-driving or Autopilot. Knowing if that's a wall or not, that doesn't change. So I think I'd be happy to rerun the experiment in full self-driving. I'm pretty confident it wouldn't be a different result. So to me, it was a distinction without a difference.
Now, giving him the benefit of the doubt, even if this was a slight oversight, imagine he redid the test, made it look textbook clean, and the Tesla still hit the wall. Yeah, Tesla stock's going to zero. Bye!